What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video.
I rep the West to the death, but my life is better. I've shed blood, shed tears, man, I stormed bad weather. I caught an L at 19, that's a cold-ass letter. But now I'm back in the world and trying to make it better forever. They counted me out at a young age, but now I'm living proof. I'm in this booth, I'm spitting truth, you see me on the tube. The Dub Show, homies bouncing roll. The Dub Show.
Last night, someone called me and they're like, hey, so-and-so is live. And I was like, oh, okay. And they were like, check this out. And I can hear in the background that there was a guy on a podcast going off on Gunner and I. Completely lying, right? But going off on Gunner and I. This is someone that Gunner and I have never really spoke about except when he got beat up. And we're like, damn, he's a square. We're like, why'd that guy have to get beat up like that? You know what I mean? Like, we've never had any ill feelings towards this dude. He's a super square. We've actually stood up for him, right? But this dude was saying that we used our platforms in order to get people to vote a certain way in the last election. And I have consistently said, you can go back to my videos where I've spoken about it. I have consistently said that the black, brown communities and poor whites should register as independents and make both parties work for your vote. I've consistently said that over years, right? But I have somebody bashing me, bashing my platform, bashing Gunner, and it just trips me out because, there's people that say, oh, Dubs likes to dish it out, but he can't take it. I don't know if people don't understand. When you're in jail, majority of my life was in jail, you go back and forth clowning, you roast. When I was in YA, if somebody was shooting carrilla at you and you plexed up, you might get dropped leva. You let words hurt you that much? And yet, I can't take it. Here's the thing. When I've had platforms say that Dubs testified in court against people. That has never happened. Never in the history of the planet has Dubs ever testified against anyone. But that's regurgitated on here. Those are the things, that and the thing like last night, swaying people, telling people how to vote. Those are the things where it's like, hey, you know what? That right there is just bold-faced lies to slander somebody, to put somebody's life in danger, right? When you talk about testifying again, and then the people they said that testifying was against. You think a motherfucker would be on YouTube if that was true? Like, common sense ain't all that common, right? But I enjoy roasting. And it's funny how when I roast somebody, it's not a roast, it's hate, right? Yet, every year we see celebrity roasts and everybody there has a good time. There's comedians that roast people, and in those occasions, it's never considered hate. But when Dubs roasts the like Wes Watson and Big Boy and Cali Muscle and all that, somehow that's hate. I don't get that. You got a guy on here that's literally putting open cases, hot ones, life sentences, trying his hardest to put hot ones in life sentences on people, and people applaud that. And then I don't even like to mention names of organizations, factions, or people in my stories, and yet I'm the bad guy. The world is a trip, man. The world is completely upside down. But today I just decided, because that thing last night, it was completely laughable. And I said, let me do a video on that. Since a small minority of people keep calling me a hater. And because I roast people and then say that I can't handle it. when I get roasted. Who's roasted me? I wish somebody would roast me. And if they do, they better be real good at it. Because you opening up the door, we can go back and forth with that. I like to have fun like that. Believe me, I doubt I would lose that. But you know, then you have the guys that like to take subliminals and then hide their hand and say they don't go deal with the back and forth. I don't. You know, for the longest time, I never had hate on YouTube. And then it came fucking with Gunner. People were so jealous of him that they say, look at that dude, Al. Al said the only reason why he doesn't like me is because I fuck with Gunner. Now he's got his his other personal reasons, which is all feminine based. Because my interactions with somebody else, you learn that in prison right away. You don't base your understanding of someone off of someone else's interactions. Like if me and my Sally go out to yard and my Sally gets in an exchange of words with somebody, I'll be damned if I'm gonna be like, fuck that vato. Why? You got into it with him. Don't come to the cell and try to get me involved in your pedo. Figure that out on your own, Holmes. But I probably will do another video today. I was editing a video from yesterday, some gameplay. Sylvester the Cat. You guys remember Sylvester the Cat? I got trolled by a kid that sounded exactly like Sylvester the Cat. So I was doing that this morning, taking care of a few other things, and I said, you know what? Before I really sit down and get into something, maybe more serious or whatever, let's address the hate claim. Dubs is a hater. I don't think there's any channels on YouTube that have helped, or at least tried to help, extended a hand to more channels than Gunner and I. And just about every single channel that we tried to assist, they turned on us and talked shit. And so how are we haters? I don't understand. People need to let me know what the definition of a hater is, maybe. And I'm sure I'll get some people in the comments. I've said it on lives. My haters are my biggest fans. People that are loyal supporters, loyal subscribers who love the channels, their notifications come to them hit and miss. The haters, they get a bat signal. They get something goes on in the back of their head. Their hair stands up. They don't miss anything. So I don't know if they're really the foundation of the channels. They hate me so much that they don't miss a single video. They don't miss an opportunity to leave a comment. And by the way, just to remind people, I said it the other day and I'll say it again. When somebody leaves a comment talking shit, if I see it, I click on the name. And if I see 3 or more comments that are all negative, I'm just deleting them now. I'm not deleting them. I'm blocking them. I don't delete comments, but I am going to block it. I feel it's only right though, right? If all you have to offer the channel, and this is clowning aside now, if all you have to offer the channel is negative energy, I will start blocking you. So those of you that hate me, right, mix it up. Leave a positive comment, confuse me. But if like I said, if I click on your name and I see 3 negative comments, you're gonna have to make another profile because you will be deleted. I've done a lot of videos talking about energy. I truly believe in energy, right? I believe in, if you have people around you with negative energy, they will attract more negative energy. If you have people around you that are about positivity, you're going to attract positivity. People have said, hey, Dubs, he's changed up. He's no longer humble. It's not that. It's when somebody gets lied on over and over. When you get hit from a bunch of different directions, you it's hard to hold your tongue, right? But at the end of the day, I'm not the one. There's certain channels that will literally make their own, all their content is me and Gunner, and mainly me. And you don't see that with Gunner and I. I did a video on Mohawk Matt yesterday. And somebody really left a comment and said that when somebody doesn't have content, they talk about other people. And my other channel, my WS channel, is the one where I roast other people. This channel, for the most part, is about my life experiences. Lately, I have been doing other stuff, but if you want to be successful on YouTube, you have to do that. Anyhow, I'm not going to take up any more time because I do have to record at least 2 other videos today. So thank you guys for stopping by. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, the share button, leave a comment, all that good stuff. That said, everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them, man. I'm out of here.